Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Skillful Journeys. Today we are going to learn about modal verbs. So let's see what are modal verbs. Modal verbs are a special kind of helping verb. A modal verb helps the main verb to express the mood of the subject, and at the same time it can indicate possibility, persuasion, ability, willingness, etc. So, with the help of modal verbs, we can assume whether it is a possibility, whether it is asking for a help, whether it is asking for a permission, whatever, it is helping the main verb of the sentence. For examples, can, could, will, would, may, might, must, should. These are the few examples of modal verbs. So let's see how it can be used in a sentence where we can apply these modal verbs and how it is expressing. So let's start with can. Can be used to express one's ability or capacity. Like, he can swim very well. Here, he can swim. So here the word can is expressing the ability of that guy that he can swim very well. She can speak 3 languages. So it's also her ability that she can speak 3 languages. Next, can be used as possibility or likelihood also. Like, it can rain later today. So here it can rain. So we are expecting the possibility that it can rain. There can be long lines at the supermarket on weekends. So we are expecting the possibilities that in the weekend there can be a long line. Can be used as permission also. You can stay out late if you finish your homework. So it is giving the permission that you can stay out late if you finish your homework. Can I use your computer to check my email? Here one is asking for permission that can I use your computer? So here he is asking for permission. For request or offers, can you help me carry this bag? So here I am asking for help, that can you help me carry this bag? So I am requesting you to help me. I can give you a ride to the airport if you need. So I am offering you that I can give you a ride to the airport. So here I am offering one. Suggestion or advice: you can try using this new software for better result. So here one is suggesting you that you can try using this new software. We can go to the park for a picnic this weekend. So here we are advising that we can go to the park for a picnic this weekend. Now let's see where we can use could. As past ability. When I was younger, I could swim very well. It is telling about the past ability, that in past when I was younger, at that time I could swim very well. She could speak French fluently when she lived in Paris. So when she was living in Paris at that time, she could speak French fluently. So it is telling about your past ability. Polite request or offers. Could you please pass me the salt? Here one is requesting to pass the salt. So for request purpose we can use could. I could help you with your project if you need assistance. So here one is offering to help. Here also you can use could. Past ability or likelihood. It could have been a misunderstanding. So we can assume or we can expect the possibilities that it could have been a misunderstanding. She could have forgotten about the meeting. So here we are expecting the possibility. We are thinking about the possibilities that she could have forgotten about the meeting. Conditional statements. If I had more time, I could finish this report. So here I am giving a condition that if I had more time, then I could finish this report. Let's see another example. She could travel the world if she won the lottery. Here, the condition is given that if she won the lottery, then she could travel the world. As polite suggestion or advice, you could try calling them to confirm the appointment. So here I am giving you the suggestion or advice that you could try calling them. We could go for a walk to clear our minds. It's an advice that we could go for a walk to clear our minds. Next, may. May can be used as permission or formal request. For example, may I borrow your book? Here I am asking for a permission. You may leave the room when you finish the test. So here I am giving permission to leave the room after finishing the test. As possibility or likelihood, it may rain later today. So I am guessing the possibility that it may rain later today. There may be traffic on the way to the airport. So I am assuming that there may be traffic. To express polite or formal offers. For example, you may have a seat. Here, the person in front of you are giving formal offers to have a seat. She may join us for dinner if she is available. Next, we can use may as conditional statements also. You may come with us if you finish your course. He may attend the meeting if he completes his work on time. So, these are the conditional statements. We can use may as polite suggestion or advice. For example, you may want to consider taking a break. He may find it helpful to talk to a counselor. Now coming to the modal verb might. We can use might as polite request. Might I ask you a question? You might want to consider taking a different approach. When there is a possibility or likelihood. It might rain later today. She might be at home right now. Expressing permission. You might use my computer if you need to. So here giving the permission. Might I use the restroom before we leave? So here also asking for the permission. In hypothetical conditions, he might have forgotten about the appointment. They might have missed the train if they hadn't hurried. As polite suggestion or advice, you might find it helpful to read this book. She might want to consider talking to a therapist. Shall, expressing future intentions. We shall meet at the park tomorrow afternoon. Shall we go for a walk in the evening? So, here it is expressing the future intentions. As suggestions or offers. Shall I help you with your bags? Shall we order some dessert to share? So, here someone is offering. Asking for advice or permission. What shall I wear to the party? Shall I inform the manager about the issue? So here one is asking for advice. Promise and determination. I shall return to finish what I started. We shall overcome this challenge together. So these are expressing the determination. Questions about the future. Where shall we go on vacation this year? When shall we expect the guests to arrive? So here we can use shall to question about the future. The next modal verb is should. As advice, you should eat more fruits and vegetables for a balanced diet. So here someone is giving you the advice that you should eat more fruits and vegetables. In the same way, she should get some rest if she is feeling tired. So it is an advice. As obligation or duty, students should complete their assignments on time. Employees should attend the meeting tomorrow. So these are the duty or obligation. Next, probability. It should stop raining by the afternoon. The package should arrive by the end of the week. So it is the probability or chance. In hypothetical situations, if you are feeling unwell, you should see a doctor. In this situation, she should have called for help. We can use should as polite request. Should I help you with that? Should we meet for coffee sometime? Now, must. Must as obligation. You must finish your homework before you can go out to play. Drivers must obey traffic laws to ensure safety on the roads. As advice, you must see this movie. It's amazing. So, here I am giving advice to see the movie as it is amazing. He must visit the Louvre Museum while he is in Paris. As prohibition or negative necessity, you must not smoke in this area. It's prohibited. So here as it is prohibited, so you must not smoke. Passengers must not exceed the weight limit for safety reasons. As conclusions, he's been studying all night, so he must be well prepared for the exam. So we are making a conclusion that as he has been studying for all night, so he must be well prepared. The roads are empty. There must a holiday today. As conviction, we must take action to address climate change. Everyone must have access to quality education. Will. As future intentions or predictions. For example, she will visit her grandparents next weekend. I am sure he will do well in this job interview. As offers or promises. I will help you with your homework. So here I am offering you. She will take care of the arrangements for the party. As requests or suggestions. Will you please pass me the salt? Do you think you will be able to come to the meeting tomorrow? As predictions, the sun is shining, so it will probably be a nice day. She is working hard, so she will likely finish the project on time. Conviction, I know she will succeed. She is determined. They will win the match. They are the better team. Modal verb would as polite request or offers. For example, would you mind closing the window? I would like to invite you to dinner tomorrow. As conditional statements, if you won the lottery, I would travel around the world. So, here is a condition that if you won the lottery, then I would travel the world. She would buy a house if she had enough money. So here, if she has enough money, then she would buy a house. These are the condition based. Next, request or suggestions. Would you like some coffee? Would you mind if I took a break? expressing future in the past. She said she would call me as soon as she arrived. He promised he would help us with the project next week. We can use would as command or invitations. Would you please join us for dinner? Would you kindly refrain from smoking in here? Ought to. We can use ought to where there is an obligation or duty. You ought to apologize for your behavior. Students ought to study regularly to succeed in exams, where it is expressing as suggestions or advice. For example, you ought to eat more fruits and vegetables for better others. He ought to be more respectful towards others. Probability or likelihood. It's cloudy, so it ought to rain soon. So, as it is cloudy, there is a possibility of rain soon. She has been working hard, so she ought to pass the exam. So, as she is working hard, so there is a possibility to succeed in the exam. Expectations or assumptions. The project ought to be completed by the end of the week. He is a talented musician. He ought to perform well at the concert. Expressing past regret. I ought to have called her to apologize. Here it is expressing the past. She ought to have studied harder for the exam. The last modal verb, need. We can use need in necessity or requirement. For example, you need to finish your assignment before the deadline. So it's the necessity to complete the assignment before the deadline. We need to buy groceries today. We are running out of food. Obligation or duty. You need to pay your bills on time to avoid late fees. Employees need to follow company policies and procedures. So, these are expressing our duties, where there is a recommendation or suggestion. For example, you need to try this restaurant. The food is amazing. They need to visit that museum while they are in town. It's really interesting. So, it's a recommendation or suggestion towards anybody that you can visit the museum or try the restaurant. Expressing lack or deficiency. She needs more sleep. She looks tired. The car needs repair. It making strange noises. So, as there are some lack or deficiency, we can use need here. So, these were all about the modal verbs. If you like the video, kindly like, comment, share and subscribe.